get to the loan? Is it in the same country where a fake agency just finds its way into the budget, boom, and have budget code, and have office, and has a DG that has been meeting with everybody? Is that the same government you want accountability for? A fake agency, and Mr. Bayo Ononuga just comes out and writes a report and says, don't shout on us, don't shout on us. But he can't tell us how a fake, what they call a fake non-entity, just enter the federal budget that was approved by the government. You see, we've become a laughing stock. In fact, it would be defamation to the word joke to say that some of the things that have happened in this government have become a joke. It would be a defamation to the word joke to say some things that have happened has happened. So is it that same loan? You are collecting from World Bank, you say you're going to get accountability, 58 million, what's it called? Who is going to survey that 58 million people now have access to broadband and all the things they talk about in the loan? And the next thing we call it financial partnership. It's between 1 to 3.5% too. It's not financial partnership. So when I see they now cream it up, it's just like putting cream on. You now cream it up than say that it's a $1.2 billion financial partnership. It's not $1.2 billion financial partnership. Yes, the same Gbaja Miller reported it as fraud. But after he reported it, he still found his way into 2026 budget, Abi. After he reported that it was fraud, he still found his way into 2026 budget. And
wasn't done.
Oh, is that not an indictment on the budgeting process? Yes. So that means the budgeting that they said was an aberration. If fraudulent entities can be on the budget.
So how many more fraudulent
entities are there? And this man said he started work in January. So he took September up. He said he started work in January 3rd, 2025. He took September for it to be discovered.
Okay, the Michael Adeniyi subject was not presented before us in the headlines. So I assume that is a digression. When it is properly presented, I will make my comments. However, let's deal with the subjects scheduled for.
This is a matter of grave public concern, a matter of public interest, a matter that Nigerians will have to express their views and reach a decision on their own conclusion. So it is good that this has come to public light. Mm-hmm. We cannot say, let's just limit it to the courts. The issues that have been raised are issues that underscores the rot in our country. It is rather baffling that this government would claim that it has a ghost agency. Right? Mm-hmm. I want us to frame the issues correctly. The SGF, the federal government, or presidency in quotes, and I will get to this terminology, presidency, so we can interrogate what exactly it means in this context. The federal government, the Bola Tinubu-led administration, is saying that this government has a ghost agency because the government has to own this agency. The ownership of this agency has been established. It is disrespectful. It is nonsensical. It is ridiculous. It is preposterous for anybody to tell Nigerians that a ghost agency was given accommodation at the Federal Secretariat by no less a person than the Secretary to the Government of the Federation. A ghost agency, a fictitious agency, was able to open an account with the CBN. Madam Ruth, maintaining account with the Central Bank of Nigeria is not a trivial issue. It is not like one of the fintech banks that you can simply use your mobile phone while this interview is going on and open an account with a code. It is not even like a commercial bank, a regular commercial bank that you can walk into and fill a form and open an account. No. I, that is talking to you, I cannot maintain an account with CBN. Arise TV cannot maintain an account with CBN. CBN is the banker of the country. CBN only houses funds belonging principally to government. Majorly the federal government, the federating units, the states, and so on. So for anybody to say that a fictitious agency headed by a fictitious Director General, Prince Adeyemi, as they claim, was able to open an account with the CBN, and that account presumably is operational, meaning there could have been deposits and withdrawals without it being detected. For anybody to tell Nigerians that the budget of a country, appropriation law, don't forget, because we keep using the language budget. Constitutionally, budget is a law. That is why it goes through the legislative process. It has to be passed by both chambers of the National Assembly, the Senate and the House of Reps. There has to be committee hearings, what is called budget defense. The appropriation bill will be scrutinized, public hearing will be held for these agencies to defend provisions made. Each of the ministries will have to defend their budgetary allocations. It will then go to the president for assent after it has been passed. So there's supposed to be intense legislative and executive scrutiny. So for them to tell Nigerians that funds were budgeted, appropriated for a ghost agency, and that this ghost agency, Prince Adeyemi, who is heading it, as they claim, was able to pay courtesy visits to key officials of this government. For anybody to make these claims, it shows the level of disdain, it shows the level of disrespect that this government has for Nigeria. But let us assume for a second that there is some modicum of veracity, truth to what they are saying.
It's only a scam government that can have a scam agency, otherwise a fictitious agency. This has all the trappings. This present story has all the trappings of a very well orchestrated con job by people within government. Please underline, people within government, and they brought this man in as a vehicle. I think what we are seeing now is a disagreement about sharing formula that has led to the...
You said what we are seeing is a disagreement about sharing formula.
No, I mean, I didn't get your question.
You said what we are seeing now is a disagreement about sharing formula.
Absolutely, absolutely.
What do you mean?
There are pointers to that fact. I'll explain. This man alleged that he paid 400 million, or to have paid 600, but he paid 400 million to secure the appointment in the first place. Number two, this man said that from his budget, this man has been receiving budget for some time, that from his budget he was requested to pay 48% to a certain godfather, in this case, Femi Gbaja Miller. These are the words of this individual, to continue to sustain himself. But he felt that was too much, and that led to a disagreement. I mean, look at all of the traces. If this man had purportedly paid 400 million for this appointment, there should be traces as to how he paid that money, to whom he paid that money. And even if he had used a middleman, if you trace to the middleman how much he paid and what he paid and how he paid, you can then trace from that middleman to who is the final beneficiary. That is one. Number two, this man was able to secure office at the National Secretariat. I, myself and you, I have never stepped a foot in the National Secretariat, and I am sure 99.8% of Nigerians have never stepped their foot at the National Secretariat. So a man who is able to secure office under the office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation at the National Secretariat tells you all you need to know about what is happening here. Number three, this man was able to secure a bank account with the Central Bank of Nigeria. Myself and you, to open a commercial bank account, you need BVN, you need NIN, you need your mother's maiden name, you need your father's foundational name, you need your address, they call it KYC. In fact, I just got logged out of one of my bank accounts because they are now requesting that I do further KYC to the KYC they already have about me. I am talking of an account that I can only open with my face that has my biometric. They log me and requesting further KYC. But this man was able to open a bank account in the Central Bank of Nigeria. I think that tells you the whole story in a nutshell, because I was told to come and discuss state police. So I didn't prepare. I know this will form a conversation on another day for me. In a nutshell, this con job has all the trappings of the fingers, the hands, and the machinations of people within government, people who are higher up. And then there's a last leg I am missing, and I think I need to mention it. This man had secured appropriation for at least 2 years. It then means that your National Assembly, the Gospel Babylon's National Assembly, appropriated money for an agency that was not created by the instrumentality of the law. All agencies are created by law. So if this one that you are saying does not exist is fictitious, is securing funding from the National Assembly, that will tell you that it spreads beyond just the presidency. It stretches to the National Assembly, it stretches to presidency, it stretches to people within the CBN, people within the National Secretariat. By now, heads should be rolling. That heads are not rolling shows that those who are reporting the case are first the culprit in the case. In local parlance, the person who is helping you to look for your money is the person